Wow, has it really been 2 months since I made an episode of this? Yes? Alright, sorry guys, but we're back with another episode, and I'll let this play out before I start talking again.
Pigma's trail leads to this area. Ha, you think you found a safe place to run to? You think we're gonna give up and go away? Don't mess with us, Pigma.
So, is this like an amusement park to a former gang member?
You know it.
All right. This time we'll get that core memory from Pigma.
So yes, it has been a couple months since the last episode broadcast, but at least you guys got the Fortnite videos I made with my friend Sniper Goat, so hopefully that tied you over until this came out. So we're going to be playing Mission 5, and this is the Asteroid Belt. This is where we get to obviously fly through a belt of asteroids, plus we're going to be taking down Pigma, who stole something from us last episode, so we get to have an act of vengeance upon him. So what I kind of wanted to touch upon in this particular episode is just why there was an absence, I guess. I owe you guys that. Just last episode I felt really burnt out, and I wasn't sure if doing this Let's Play was in the best interest of the channel. I wasn't really having a good time playing the game, and I felt the commentary was iffy, things of that sort, but you know, I gave it some time to kind of ruminate, and I feel better about this Let's Play and where it's going. So that's part of the reason why I'm deciding to continue it. The other reason being is since my friend Sniper Goat came over and we played some Fortnite, I realized that doing the commentary isn't really that difficult so long as we do the commentary part after I do the video. So post-production, I guess you could say. Because I'm not good at multitasking, alright? The things that I do, I have to do one thing at a time. That's how my mind works. So I can play pretty darn good if I'm just left to my own devices without having to talk. So that's why I'm deciding to do post-commentary for the rest of this LP. So I could just kind of talk to you guys, give insights about what's going on, and actually do good at the game. Because I suffer a bit when I try and divert my attention into multiple directions. So we're doing gold, and gold is really difficult. I've never played this game on gold before, but the amount of damage you take is significantly more so than silver and bronze. I usually play on silver or bronze. And I've had to restart some attempts at this. I guess this is my second attempt. But the next level, the Saria level, where you have to drive a little tank around, the Landmaster and R-Wing, I had to retry that at least 3 or 4 times just because the amount of BS I had to partake in that section, just because it's so darn difficult. There's way too many enemies, and the controls in the game aren't very good when you try to maneuver around. But this level is pretty simple. I mean, there's going to be a lot of things coming at you, like you can see these asteroids are coming at you. They have some sort of ring around them, and they're attracted to your R-Wing. So just dodge them, lasers, you know, just shoot them. Then there's like this Gundam-like robot that comes out, and you just blast them, just hold your charges. It's the best way to deal with enemies, is just to hold your charge, because that's how you get the most damage output. Although it leaves you vulnerable to enemy attacks, but there has to be a trade-off somewhere. Otherwise, this would be way too easy.
Whoa, it's closing! You're gonna get hit. Use your brakes.
Use the brake! Yes. Starfox Assault. I kind of want to talk about Starfox Assault as a whole, just because I want to. So, Starfox Assault is probably my second favorite Star Fox game. I would say it's my first favorite traditional Star Fox game. However, my personal favorite is Star Fox Adventures for the GameCube. And as we all know, it's nothing like the other Star Fox games. Because of Rare and the incident that happened with that, I'll give you guys a brief, very brief backstory behind it. But basically, Rare took the reins of Star Fox before they went to Microsoft, because Rare was a Nintendo property, and they were working on something called Dinosaur Planet, and Shigeru Miyamoto, one of the main heads over at Nintendo, decided, hey, they look so similar, let's put Star Fox characters in, and let's make it a Star Fox game, even though this has nothing to do with it. And Rare was like, yeah, sure, why not? So that's what they did. So it essentially plays like a Zelda game, because it's like that open, it's like that 3D platformer where you can't jump. There's automatic jumping, there's big worlds to explore, but at the same time it's kind of linear, just like a Zelda game. And there's puzzles, and there's big bosses they have to take on, and it's all mostly done on foot. And there's barely any instances where you actually fly in the R-Wing, which is pretty baffling if you played Star Fox before, because that's all it's based on. Sometimes Landmaster, but mostly you're piloting a spaceship. So I suppose for the diehard Star Fox fans, that was a deal breaker. But for me, I was very young at the time, and I just drew a liking to it. I never really got into Zelda until more recently. So at the time, I didn't really like Zelda, but I really liked Star Fox Adventures. It had amazing graphics for the time, and things were pretty simple for my child mind to understand, which was different from Zelda.
Hold it, Fox. Look,
Oh, let's take a break real quick.
Fox.
Pigma.
I just want to say real quick, this part was absolutely terrifying for me as a kid, because he's basically lost his mind to the Aperoid, and he gives over all control of himself and his ship over to the Aperoids. So I was like, wow, he just completely is corrupted with, whatever happened with him. And he's like, do not resist. And I'm like, oh my god. You will join us. Yeah, all this talk of assimilation has got me terrified.
We're not buying that garbage.
He can hear us, but he's not listening.
Fox, the core memory that Pigma stole must be in...
Yeah, he stole the core memory from us, and we have to get it back. So of course this is one of the boss battles here. But I want to talk about Star Fox's Adventures. I want to finish talking about that. So, it's a very cool game, not very Star Fox, however. And Star Fox Assault kind of brought it back to the core gameplay. As you can see, we're flying in an R-Wing, sorry. I don't know what the heck I was talking about. R-Wing. We're flying in an R-Wing. And, it's very traditional. So, traditionally, this would be my favorite Star Fox game. However, because Star Fox Adventures has Star Fox in the title, that's my favorite. Just because it has so many memories associated with it. I did play Star Fox 64. I love that game too, but I feel like they rely on it too much as a basis for what Star Fox is. And Star Fox Assault, I think, is when they actually tried to continue the story versus just repeating Star Fox 64 gameplay-wise, story-wise, level-wise. So it actually gave us something new. So that's why I appreciate it. But let's move on to talking about this particular boss. He had these little arm things that came out. You have to shoot those, and then the middle section will open. And it's funny because I didn't know that he would actually open and shoot like a giant laser later on, so I actually get hit, which is pretty funny. So I was like, darn it, because these hits, man, they are ferocious on gold difficulty. So I was just trying to hang in there and do my thing. I think it's this part where it's happening. I remember getting, yep, there we go. The colors of the little things that come out kind of distracted me, and then he shot me with this giant mouth laser. And I was like, avoid it, avoid. Avoid the Noid. He is the Noid. And he's an annoyance. So. But he wasn't that difficult. Because I was able to take him down. But he did bring me to red. So that was quite dangerous. But hey, we managed to beat him. Get the core memory. I think everyone but Slippy. Darn it. But we did it. So that will be the end of this episode, guys. I'll see you in Mission 6, where we'll be doing the Saria level. Stay tuned for more.